Hi, today we are going to talk about modeling decimals with base 10 blocks. Now, yesterday, or in the last lesson, we talked about the connection with decimals and money. Today, we're going to use blocks to show the value between these different blocks. Now, you remember using these perhaps when you were younger. This might have been a 1, a 10, and a 100, but we can change what the value of each of those is. When we get into 5th grade, we're going to actually have that be our ones, or I'm going to call it our whole amount. Sometimes you're going to hear me call this large flat one a flat. The next one is this pink here, and I'm going to think, how many of these would I need to fill a whole? You got it, 10. So we call this a tenth. Sometimes you might hear me call a long or a rod. But the value of one of these is 1/10 the value of the whole. Now we have these tiny little ones here. How many of these would I need to cover a whole? 100. So this is called a hundredth. And the value of that is 1/100th. Now sometimes I call these little cubies, just a warning, I'm referring to these tiny cubes. It's the value of 1/100th of this whole. Today we're going to build some numbers with these here. And so I'm going to give us a number like we'll go with 2 and 32 hundredths. Now yesterday we talked about that would have been $2 and 3 dimes and 2 pennies. Well, we're going to go ahead though and do it with our blocks. 2 whole will be 2 flats, 3 tenths, and 2 hundredths. And that's a way that we could model 2 and 32 hundredths. It's more than 2 whole, but less than 3 whole. So this is kind of some things that we'll be talking about here in the next couple weeks. Let's do another one. Let's do 3 and, we'll go 3 and 5 hundredths. I will need 3 whole. How many tenths? 0 tenths and 5 hundredths. All right. So you'll have some time in class or maybe in a mini breakout session for you to build some more of these numbers using base 10 blocks. But for now, I want to do the opposite. I'm going to show you some amounts, and we're going to go ahead and fill it in our place value chart. Here we see our ones, tenths, and hundredths. So if I look here at the first one, I don't have any ones. I need to add my decimal point. This separates my whole amount from my fractional parts. I have 2 tenths and 4 hundredths. So this would be 24 hundredths. Don't worry about reading them correctly quite yet. We'll have lots of time tomorrow and in the next couple weeks to practice that. Here I have 1 whole, 3 tenths. I don't have any hundredths. Now, because of where we're at in the chart, I could leave it blank, or I could add a 0 here to show there are 0 hundredths. Both of these are correct and equal. Again, lots of time to explore that in the next couple weeks. One more. 2 whole, 1 tenth, and 6 hundredths. So we'll be doing some more practice. I hope if you have any questions, obviously let me know. Thanks.